If you're over 60, this one small habit could quietly increase your risk of stroke while you're sleeping. No warning, no pain. Just one moment you're fine, and the next your arm won't move, your speech is jumbled, or your balance suddenly disappears. As a brain specialist, I've seen far too many older people go through this, not because of smoking, a bad diet, or lack of activity, but because of something they believed was helping them. Vitamins. Yes, you heard that right. Every single day, millions of seniors take vitamins hoping to strengthen their bones, boost energy, or keep their minds sharp. While some do work, others, especially in large doses or taken at the wrong time, and quietly put your brain at risk. Today, I want to explain 5 common vitamins that could raise your chances of stroke, brain bleeding, or blood pressure problems, particularly during the early hours of the morning when your brain is most at risk. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6, A, or niacin, what you learned today might just save your life. Before we get started, I'd love to know, have you ever wondered if your vitamins might be doing harm? Type 1 in the comments if you're curious to learn more, or 0 if this is completely new for you. And if brain health matters to you or someone close to you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Health 365. We're here to give clear, science-based tips made especially for people over 60. Let's begin with one of the most surprising, vitamin D. You've probably heard it's good for your bones, mood, and immune system. And yes, that's true in moderate amounts. But here's something most seniors never get told. Too much vitamin D, especially when taken at night, can quietly raise your stroke risk. I know it sounds hard to believe, but I've seen it firsthand. Take Mr. Walter, for example, a 74-year-old retired Navy veteran. He was sharp, disciplined, and very serious about his health. Each morning, like clockwork, he lined up his pills, including a 10-0-0-0 IU vitamin D capsule he bought from the store. He thought he was protecting his bones. What he didn't know was that this one daily habit was slowly pulling his body toward a quiet disaster. One morning, his wife found him dazed. He couldn't talk clearly. His right arm hung limp. It was a stroke, happening overnight. His test results showed very high calcium levels, stiff arteries, and unstable blood pressure. The cause? Vitamin D overdose. Here's what's going on. When you take large amounts of vitamin D, especially without guidance, it makes calcium build up in your blood. Your body doesn't know where to put all that extra calcium, so it ends up in your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. And that can cause a clot to travel to your brain. As we get older, our arteries naturally become less flexible. Add dehydration, poor sleep, and a spike in calcium at night, and you've got the perfect storm for a stroke. What's scary is there are usually no signs. You go to bed feeling normal and wake up with your life changed forever. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the U.S. contain more than what older adults actually need. You'll see 5-0-0-0 IU or even 10-0-0-0 IU pills sold with no warning. But research shows that even 2-0-0-0 IU daily may be too much if you're not low in vitamin D to begin with. Let me make this clear. If you're taking vitamin D, especially along with calcium or heart medications, you need to have your blood levels checked regularly. And always take it in the morning, not before bed. Do you know how many your vitamin D supplement has? Type D in the comments if you take it right now. Let's open the conversation. If this made you think twice, give this video a thumbs up to help more people discover it. Now let's talk about a vitamin that many people take for heart health, but in older adults, it can do something even worse than a stroke. It can cause bleeding in the brain. That vitamin is E. Many people over 60 add vitamin E to their routine thinking it supports heart health, improves circulation, helps memory, and even boosts skin. But here's what doesn't show up on the label. Too much vitamin E, especially when taken along with heart medications, can make your blood too thin and increase your chances of a brain bleed, even if you think you're doing everything right. I'll never forget Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, 81 years old, a retired librarian from Ohio. She was bright, clever, and always had a book nearby. She had a heart valve problem and was taking warfarin, a common blood thinner. Her doctors monitored her regularly, and everything seemed fine. Then she saw an ad in a magazine for a natural vitamin E8, 100 IU per capsule. I thought it would help my memory and blood flow, she told me. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the hospital with a bad headache, confusion, and vomiting. A brain scan showed bleeding inside her brain. Hemorrhagic stroke, not from high blood pressure, not from an accident, but because the combo of warfarin and high dose vitamin E had made her blood too thin to clot. Just one delicate vessel in her brain broke. What many people don't realize is that high doses of vitamin E act like a natural blood thinner. If you're already taking aspirin, Plavix, or any prescribed blood thinner, and then you add vitamin E on top, your bleeding risk goes up, especially in the brain. And in the brain, even a tiny bleed can steal your memory, your ability to speak or walk. The recommended daily amount for older adults is about 15 milligrams or 22 IU. But most store-bought supplements come in 200, 400, or even 10 IU per pill. No clear warning. Many people take them for years, not knowing the risk. Mrs. Evelyn survived, but now walks with a cane. Her short-term memory was never the same. She told me, through tears, I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was making things worse. And that's what truly hurts. Because she's not the only one. Many seniors think if it's a vitamin, it must be safe. But that's not always true, especially when you're on heart or blood pressure meds. You must check with your doctor before adding new supplements to your routine. Now, if bleeding in the brain wasn't concerning enough, there's another vitamin many people take for nerve health and energy that can quietly damage your nerves, sometimes for good. That's vitamin B6. You'll often see it marketed as a brain booster or nerve protector. It's in a lot of pills that promise better memory or more focus. Some may even say it's good for aging nerves. But here's the problem. Too much B6 can actually hurt your nerves, sometimes forever. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold Jenkins, 76-year-old retired truck driver from Kansas. He came to see me because his feet felt numb, his hands tingled, and he was having trouble balancing. At first, he thought it was just aging. Then he started falling, first once, then twice, and then he hit his head during a third fall in the bathroom. When I reviewed his supplements, the issue was clear. He was taking a nerve support formula that said it was good for circulation and brain health. But each pill had 100 mg of B6, and he was taking 2 a day. That's 200 mg daily, more than 10 times the safe limit for older adults. The scary part is B6 doesn't flush out easily. It builds up in your body. In seniors, it can break down the protective layer around your nerves, like stripping insulation off wires. The result is numbness, tingling, muscle weakness, even tremors or memory problems. And the signs don't show up right away. Many people assume it's arthritis, old age, or early memory loss. But in truth, it could be B6 poisoning, a slow, creeping kind of damage from a pill meant to help. And yes, it can be permanent if not caught early. Mr. Jenkins was lucky. We stopped the supplement before it got worse. But he still uses a cane. He doesn't drive anymore. He told me, I just wanted to protect my brain. I had no idea I was hurting it. Vitamin B6 is important, yes, but only in very small amounts. Older people only need around 2 to 10 milligrams daily, including what's in your food. But many brain pills sold in stores or online come with 50, 100, even 200 mg. That's not just unnecessary, it's dangerous. So if you're taking anything for nerves, brain, or energy, check the label. Know your dose. Type B6 in the comments if you've ever taken something like that or know someone who has. You might be thinking, well, at least vitamin A is safe. It's just for eyesight, right? Not exactly. If you're like many older adults, you've probably heard that vitamin A helps with vision, skin, and immunity. Maybe you even took it to age gracefully, but here's what no one warns you about. Too much vitamin, and it doesn't just disappear, it builds up. And over time, it can raise the pressure in your skull, mimic stroke symptoms, damage vision, and hurt your brain. Miss Dorothy Simmons, 79, was a retired piano teacher from Oregon. She was independent, loved music, and taught students from her home. One day she started getting headaches. Then came blurry vision, then dizziness and slurred speech. Her family feared the worst, a stroke, but her scans showed something unusual. No clot, no bleeding. Instead, her brain pressure was dangerously high. Her spinal fluid was backed up. Tiny blood vessels in her brain were under strain. The reason? Too much vitamin A. She had been taking a skin and eye supplement for 5 years, 10,000 IU per day. She didn't know. Vitamin A is fat, soluble. That means your body stores it in the liver, tissues, even your brain. It doesn't flush out easily. And as we age, our liver slows down, so the buildup happens faster. Too much can lead to a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, false brain tumor. Symptoms include headaches, double vision, dizziness, nausea, even vision loss or brain fog. And the tricky part, many multivitamins already contain enough vitamin A. But people double or triple it by adding extra skin or eye supplements. The safe upper limit for seniors is about 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, only when medically needed. But most over-the-counter supplements give 5,000 or 10,000 IU. Take that every day for years, and the damage builds. Miss Dorothy is slowly recovering, but now she needs regular vision checks, pressure scans, and therapy. She told me, I thought I was helping my health. I never thought I was harming my brain. And that's why I share these stories, not to scare anyone, but to give you the facts, so you can protect your brain and stay independent. And if you thought that was concerning, wait until you hear about a vitamin meant to lower cholesterol that can actually spike your blood pressure and even cause a stroke. Let's talk about niacin. That sudden tightening can spike your blood pressure, put strain on your heart, and slow blood flow to your brain over time. This up and down effect is like gently tapping a hammer on fragile glass. Sooner or later, it cracks. Dennis experienced something known as a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, mini stroke. His words became jumbled for 2 minutes, then cleared up. He thought it was just a strange fluke. I had to tell him a tough truth. His daily supplement, the one he trusted to support his heart, was silently hurting his brain. And he's not the only one. Lots of seniors take large amounts of niacin without realizing the risks. They buy flush, free or slow, release versions online, assuming they're safer. But even those can increase blood pressure, trigger irregular heartbeat, and throw off blood sugar levels. Here's what's important to know. Older adults should only take more than 50 mg of niacin daily with a doctor's advice. And if you have high blood pressure, heart rhythm issues, or take other medications, It's very important to check your supplement label. Dennis is no longer using niacin. He's getting better and didn't have lasting damage. But he told me something I still remember. He said, "Doc, I really believed I was doing everything right. I had no idea I was risking my brain." Now that we've looked at 5 common vitamins that can quietly harm your brain, you might be asking, what should I use instead? Or better yet, what should I eat? Let's talk about real food, the kind that supports your brain without causing harm. Maybe by now you're wondering, if vitamins can be risky, what's the better choice? That's a smart question, because your body wasn't made to rely on pills. It was built to flourish on real food. Whole, natural, nutrient-rich food that your brain understands, absorbs, and uses properly. Let me share the story of Mrs. Margaret Wilson. She's 73, a retired school principal living in Arizona. When we first met, she showed me a drawer full of supplements. She had vitamin D for bone health, vitamin E for heart support, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, a multivitamin, and several others to help her brain. "I'm doing everything right, Doc," she told me. But she was waking up dizzy, her balance was off, and her blood pressure kept going up. Something wasn't right, so we made a bold move. We simplified, we removed the clutter. One by one, we took away the pills and replaced them with food. No special diet, no complex plan. Just real, simple foods eaten at the right times in balanced combinations. Here's what breakfast looked like for her. 1 boiled egg for lean protein, half an avocado full of healthy fat, 1 slice of whole grain toast for steady energy, a handful of blueberries rich in antioxidants that support the brain, and a glass of room temperature water for brain hydration. Sometimes she added a few almonds or walnuts. That was it. No powders, no pills. Just food, familiar, healing, and natural. After only a few weeks, Maggie felt a change. Her dizziness faded, her blood pressure settled, and her energy came back. She told me her thinking was sharper than it had been in years. Here's the reason it worked. Your brain needs good hydration, healthy fats, steady energy, and tiny nutrients in their original, natural form. It doesn't need extreme doses. It needs balance. Some of the best brain-friendly foods for older adults include leafy greens like spinach and kale. These are high in folate and powerful antioxidants. Oily fish like salmon or sardines are packed with omega-3 that help protect brain cells. Berries provide polyphenols that fight inflammation. Nuts and seeds offer vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats. Whole grains keep your blood sugar level steady and help with blood circulation. Remember, these foods don't just protect your mind. They help your heart, bones, mood, and movement too. Each bite is a step toward healing. Now here's a final gentle reminder. Being aware is the most powerful form of care. At this stage in life, every decision carries more weight. And the truth is, it's not just about what pills you take, it's about how well you understand them. That's what keeps you safe. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't handle supplements the way it did at 30. Even good habits like taking vitamins can backfire if you're not paying attention. That's why awareness is your strongest medicine. You don't need to be afraid of vitamins, but you should treat them with respect. Always read the labels. Ask your doctor, and most of all, listen to your body, especially when it's giving you small signals. If any part of this message touched you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's one change you'll make starting tomorrow? And if you found this helpful, give it a like to help more people find it too. Don't forget to subscribe to Health 365 so we can keep learning, improving, and staying strong together. You're not alone in this, and you're never too old to take back your health. And as you move forward, remember small steps can create big changes. You don't need to throw away everything you've been doing. Sometimes it's just about shifting one thing. Swapping one pill for a real food, one habit for a better one. When you begin tuning in to what your body really needs, you'll start to feel it. Your mornings might feel lighter, your thoughts clearer, your energy steadier, and you'll begin to trust yourself more because you'll see the difference real choices make. It's not about chasing perfect health. It's about making better decisions, one day at a time. You might wonder, can food really make that much of a difference? And the answer is yes, because food doesn't just feed your stomach, it feeds your cells, your brain, and your entire nervous system. Nutrients in food come with built-in helpers, cofactors, enzymes, fiber, and water, all designed by nature to work together. When you eat a walnut, you're not just getting omega-3, you're getting vitamin E, antioxidants, and plant compounds that protect your brain from aging. When you eat spinach, you're feeding your blood with iron and folate and calming inflammation. That's something no single pill can match. Food gives your body wisdom. It gives it what it knows. I've seen it happen time and time again. People who thought they were doing everything right, but still felt tired, foggy, or off balance. And then, by switching from synthetic to natural, from processed to whole, they noticed changes they didn't expect. Their memory sharpened, their mood lifted, their joints stopped aching as much, and they began living again, not just surviving. And that's the real goal, not to avoid disease but to feel fully alive in your own skin, with clarity, strength, and peace. You don't have to give up all supplements. Some are helpful, especially when blood tests show you're lacking something. But they should support, you not replace your meals, not override your body's signal. When taken thoughtfully and with your doctor's guidance, they can fill gaps. But the foundation should always be food, movement, sleep, and mindfulness. Those four things are where true wellness begins. And don't forget the power of rest. Your brain needs downtime. Quality sleep clears toxins from the brain, resets memory, and sharpens focus. If you've been skimping on sleep, or waking up tired even after 8 hours, it might be time to look deeper. Sometimes the answer isn't in a stronger pillets in a quieter night. A better bedtime routine, a darker room, or just giving your body the chance to relax before bed without screens or noise. And movement, don't underestimate it. You don't need to run marathons or join a gym. A daily walk, some light stretching, dancing to your favorite song, or even gardening can wake up the brain and move your blood. Your brain loves oxygen and motion. Sitting too long, even with good nutrition, slows everything down. Your joints stiffen, your blood thickens, your mood drops. Movement is medicine. It tells your body, we're alive and we're moving forward. And finally, stay connected. Loneliness is as harmful to the brain as smoking or poor diet. We are wired for connection. Pick up the phone, write a letter, go to a community event, smile at someone in the grocery store. These small moments of connection help you feel seen, heard, and grounded. When your brain feels loved, it works better. Kindness isn't just good manners, it's nourishment. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, start small. Maybe tomorrow, instead of reaching for 5 pills, you drink a tall glass of water and eat a piece of fruit first. Maybe instead of scrolling late at night, you turn off the screen and read a book. Maybe instead of ignoring your body's whispers, you pause, breathe, and ask, what do I need right now? Because your health isn't something outside of you. It's built from the inside, one choice at a time. And those choices are yours to make. You have more power than you think. Even if you've made mistakes, even if you've trusted the wrong advice, even if you feel like it's too late, it's not. Your body is always listening, always adapting, always waiting for you to come back home to it. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom. The freedom to feel good in your own body. The freedom to age with dignity. The freedom to wake up each day with energy and purpose. And it begins not in a capsule, but in your kitchen, in your mindset, and in your willingness to learn. So be curious, ask questions, learn about what you're putting in your body, read ingredients, look beyond marketing. Don't be afraid to ask your doctor why you're taking something. And if you're not sure, get a second opinion. Your health deserves attention, not autopilot, and every day is a new chance to get it right. If this message helped you see things differently, let someone else know, forward it, share it, start a conversation. Because we are all in this together, learning, growing, making better choices. And the more we share what we learn, the stronger we all become. You're not just living longer, you're living wiser. And with each wise choice, your brain, your body, and your spirit thank you. And if you ever feel discouraged, just remember, progress doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. It can be quiet, steady, and personal. Maybe today you choose water over soda. Maybe you take a 10-minute walk instead of sitting all afternoon. Maybe you swap out one processed snack for something fresh. Those small changes, when done with care and consistency, stack up over time. They build a foundation, and that foundation becomes your new normal. You start to notice you're less tired, your thoughts are clearer, your mood is more stable, and those results will keep encouraging you to keep going. Don't compare your journey to someone else's. Everyone starts at a different point with different challenges. What matters is not how fast you go, but that you keep going. Even a slow pace gets you there if you stay consistent. Healing isn't always a straight line. Some days are better than others. But if you listen to your body, give it what it needs, and stay patient with the process, you'll keep moving forward. Pay attention to how food makes you feel. After a meal, do you feel energized or sluggish? Does your mind feel sharp or cloudy? Your body is giving you clues all the time. It knows what it likes and what it doesn't. Once you start noticing those signals, it gets easier to make choices that support your well-being. Food isn't just about nutrients. It's information. Every bite tells your body how to feel, how to heal, and how to function. And when it comes to your brain, every healthy meal is like a deposit in a savings account. You're building reserves, protecting your memory, your clarity, and your mood. And those reserves become especially important as you age. They help you stay independent, focused, and connected to the world around you. They give you the confidence to handle challenges and the clarity to enjoy life's moments. Now, some people worry that eating healthy is too expensive or too complicated. But it doesn't have to be. Frozen vegetables, canned beans, eggs, oats, and seasonal fruits can all be affordable and nutritious. You don't need superfoods or fancy diets. You just need simple, clean, whole foods. Things your grandmother would recognize. Things that come from nature, not a factory, and don't underestimate the power of preparation. When healthy food is easy to reach, you're more likely to eat it. Chop vegetables in advance. Cook a big batch of soup or stew and freeze portions. Keep healthy snacks like nuts or fruit close by. The easier you make it, the more natural it becomes. And soon, it won't feel like a diet or a struggle, it'll just be how you live. Sometimes, people think changing their habits means giving up everything they love. But it's not about removing joy, it's about finding new joy in things that nourish you. A sweet piece of fruit can be just as satisfying as a sugary snack. A warm bowl of oatmeal can comfort you more than processed cereal. And when you start feeling better, those old habits lose their hold. You begin to crave what makes you feel alive. Remember, too, that your mental and emotional health are just as important. Stress, anxiety, and loneliness can affect your brain as much as poor nutrition. That's why laughter, community, prayer, quiet time, and creative hobbies are essential. Your brain thrives when you're connected to purpose, when you feel loved, when you have hope. These aren't luxuries, they're medicine. And sometimes healing means slowing down. It means stepping back from the noise and reconnecting with your inner voice. Maybe it's a walk in nature, a quiet moment with a cup of tea, or just breathing deeply for a few minutes without distraction. Your nervous system needs rest just as much as your muscles do. Give yourself permission to pause. Give yourself grace, and be proud of every step you take. It's easy to focus on what still needs to change, but don't forget how far you've come. Even becoming aware of your health is progress. Even asking questions is a victory. You're showing up for yourself in a world that makes it easy to disconnect, easy to ignore, easy to numb. That takes strength. That takes heart. So keep listening to your body. Keep choosing foods that feed your life, not just your hunger. Keep honoring your need for rest, movement, and connection. Keep being curious. Keep showing up. Because this journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. And when you're present with your health, with your choices, and with yourself, everything begins to shift. You are not too old. It is not too late. And every moment you choose health is a moment that brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. So take a deep breath, smile, and take the next step. The path to feeling better starts with the choices you make today.